Hello and welcome back to another video. The all-important Algeria squad for the two matches against Nigeria and Mexico has finally been confirmed. Of course, we are the last team on the planet to name our squad. We always seem to take a million years to choose who's coming, but it's been named with literally 5 days to go before the first game. You always see England and France and even like Senegal, Nigeria name their squad 2-3 weeks before the games. 5 days before the matches we've called ours. 5 days. Anyway, nonetheless, better late than never. Let's go through Belmadi's 24 names for the games against Nigeria and Mexico. So starting off with 3 goalkeepers. You can see the whole squad on the screen, by the way. We've got no real surprises. It's the 3 goalkeepers that went to the African Cup of Nations with Algeria and won the trophy. Rice and Bulhi expected to be the goalkeeper in both of the games. Alexander Akija, who I played Fortnite with once on his channel, check that out if you haven't, and Azzedine Douha as the 3rd goalkeeper. So those are the 3 goalkeeping names. I expect Rice and Bulhi to be the goalkeeper for the friendly matches, but we'll go into the team news and the predicted lineups in the individual match previews, which you can see later on in the week. So the goalkeeping positions, nothing really new to report on, and it's probably going to be those 3 for a while. So Bulhi, Akija and Douha, no complaints there. Let's move on to the defence, and we've got 8 defenders in total. We've got 4 central defenders and 4 fullbacks. Before we actually talk about who's in the squad, let's talk about who's missing. And the big name missing is Youssouf Attal is not in the Algeria squad this time. That's a real shame. We know Attal's quality, but he does seem to be a little bit injury prone, and that is something I'm starting to worry about. We saw the injury he picked up at AFCON in the quarterfinals against Ivory Coast, and with OGC Nice he suffered a few injuries and he's been out for a little while with Nice, and not for long periods of time, but every now and then he does get these injuries. So we're going to keep an eye on him. It's probably because he uses a lot of energy, he does a lot of work, he runs up and down the field. You see him sprinting from right back, dribbling to scoring goals, so I'm not surprised, but he is very injury prone. So no Youssouf Attal. So our 2 right backs are going to be Mehdi Zerkane, who deputised for Attal in the AFCON semi-final and final and did a good job there. And we've got Rida Halamia, who's probably going to be the backup right back. So Zerkane will probably take the right back spot over Attal. And we've got Rami Bentabeni and Mohamed Fares as the 2 left backs. Now the big talking point there, of course, is Fawzi Ghulam still not getting a look in. He's barely playing at Napoli. That's if he even stays at Napoli. He might even leave Napoli. Bentabeni and Zerkane probably expected to be the 2 main fullbacks, with Fares and Halamia as the backups. I think it's a shame. It looks like Ghulam's Algerian career seems to have ended. We probably might not see him again. It's the way it's going, and I don't know why. I don't know if he's had problems with Belmadi, if he's had problems with the FA, but we just haven't seen Ghulam called for a while. We saw what he did famously at that Brazil World Cup, where he was a fantastic left back when he crossed that ball in for Slimani against Germany, and the goal was disallowed for offside. But no Fawzi Ghulam in this squad, and no Youssouf Attal. So, but Ben Sabine is a good defender, and he's playing in the Bundesliga, and of course he'll be playing in the Champions League this season. So I haven't got a problem with Ben Sabini playing and Fares playing. I trust them both. We won AFCON with them, and it looks like no Ghulam. 4 central defenders. We've got Mehdi Tahara. Again, we know all about him. He's played a few times under Belmadi. We've got Issa Mandi, the man, the myth, the legend, the AFCON winning centre half. We've got Maxime Spanaraho, who was called up in the last international break, and he's a newly Algerian player. He's only played a handful of games at Algeria, Spanaraho. So he's been called up. No Jamal Ben Lamri, because he's barely played. I don't know what's going on with him in Saudi Arabia. There seems to be some problems off the field there. So no Jamal Ben Lamri in the squad this time. A really good defender. It's a shame really, because I wanted to see what Ben Lamri would have been like against Raul Jimenez for Mexico. So no Ben Lamri. We're going to have a brand new guy, MEDIOUB. MEDIOUB called up, a Bordeaux youngster, a player we didn't expect to see, a player that probably Belmadi has worked behind the scenes to get. I doubt Zichy was behind it. So welcome MEDIOUB to the Algerian national team. Abdel MEDIOUB, 23-year-old centre-half. He was born in Marseille, I believe. He's played in a whole host of European countries already. Now in the Bordeaux youth system. He's called up. I think Belmadi should use him to get him a cap, although these are friendly games, they're not competitive fixtures. So, but I don't think France will take MEDIOUB. So he's a brand new defender, one to look out for. He's there because Ben Lamri isn't, and because Rafik Halish has retired. I think it's always great to see brand new names on the team sheet. We saw with Tahara when Belmadi arrived, he was new and he played against Togo and Gambia. We've got Spanaraho involved now. We do need some new central defenders. Ben Lamri and Mandi aren't getting any younger, and we can trust them both. We know Ben Sabani can play a role in centre half. We've got MEDIOUB in there. I think Mandi will start. I'm not sure who the other centre back will be. It'll be interesting. I hope MEDIOUB gets some game time and we can see what he's all about, and hopefully he'll get some game time at club level as well. So MEDIOUB is in there in the centre half position. So those are the 8 defenders. Let me know what you think about that defence and all these players in the comments below. I think I'm all for getting new players. We couldn't get Samuel Gijo from Spartak Moscow. He wasn't interested, unfortunately. So MEDIOUB is the next best thing, and probably even better. So well done. Fair play to MEDIOUB, 23 years old. Let's see what he can do. Right, moving on to the midfield. We've got 6 central midfield players. We've got the majority of the centre mids that went to AFCON. We've got Sofian Feghouli expected. We've got Adeline Gudiora, who I wasn't expecting. He seems like he never wants to retire, and fair play to him, because if he plays like he did at AFCON, he's a top centre mid. So Gudiora's in there. That's a good pick. That's a great shout. We've got MEDIOUB, again, good player to have in there. We've got Ismail Benassa, the best centre mid in the national team. Benassa is so good. He's been playing for AC Milan already in the Europa League this season. We've got no Badawi this time. We have got Paris Belkabla, who was in the AFCON squad, then pulled out for Andy Delors for off the pitch incidents, shall we say. And we've got another new name. I think it's also from Bordeaux as well. We've got Mehdi ZERKANE. Or ZERKANE. Welcome, ZERKANE. Welcome to the club, son, or the country, I should say. ZERKANE's in the squad. So we've got 2 youngsters from Bordeaux, hopefully going to make their debuts, inshallah. Another player that Belmadi has probably worked behind the scenes to get. Of course, every player is different. Some players come to us, like Delors. Some you've got to go after, like Brahimi. And some don't want to come at all, like Awar. Too soon. So ZERKANE's in the squad. Are we going to see him? I hope so. I want to see MEDIOUB and ZERKANE and see what they can do. But again, it's good to see Belmadi is working on the future. He's got one eye on Qatar 2022. He sees now, I can't really take Gudiora to Qatar 2022. Well, you know, the way he's going right, but we do need some new central midfield options. We need some new central defensive options. I think in the winging positions and the fullback positions we're okay, and up top we're okay, but it's a position we need players. Let's look at who we haven't got. No Bentaleb and no Taider. Since Belmadi took over, I don't think he's ever going to go back to those two. He doesn't trust them. The 2018 World Cup qualifying campaign, Bentaleb and Taider were at the heart of central midfield. It hasn't worked out well for them. Bentaleb went on loan to Newcastle. Didn't work out for him. He's back at Schalke now. Taider playing in the MLS, which, let's be honest, the standard is not ideal. So Bentaleb and Taider still frozen out. Opting for ZERKANE, opting for Belkabla, who's playing in Liga this season. We've got Benassa, Abid, Gudiora and Feghouli. We could see the classic midfield trio of Feghouli, Gudiora and Benassa, the one that won us the cup. Or we could see some new players like ZERKANE involved. So those are the central midfield options. Let's move on to the attack. And we have got some classic names and some names we haven't seen that often. We've got Riyad Mahrez, the captain, of course, right mid option. We've got Zinedine Farhat, who started very well in Liga this season for Nîmes. A few goals and a few assists for him. We haven't got Youssouf Belaili, and we haven't got Adam Ounas. And Adam Ounas has just not been playing. He's got to sort his club future out. It looks like his time at Napoli's up. I don't think he's going to get much game time there. So he had a loan spell at Nice, went to AFCON on the back of it. Unfortunately, it's just not worked out well at Napoli for him. And it's a shame, because Ounas is so talented, and you'd think after the AFCON he had, top clubs would be in for him. He was not even starting in the team because Mahrez starts on the right, and he was scoring goals for fun at the tournament. So that's ridiculous. Adam Ounas not in the squad. Belaili, again, similar to Ben Lamry, off the field incidents. I don't know what's happening in Saudi Arabia there, but there we go. We've also got Farid Boulaya, who plays in Liga. Very skillful player. We've got Yassine Brahimi, who's still here from the Brazil World Cup. And we've got Saeed Benrahma, the much talked about player. Will he stay or will he go from Brentford? Only time will tell. I hope he leaves. So we've got Benrahma and Brahimi on the left wing as options. We've got no Adam Ounas. We've got no Youssouf Belaili. We have got Mahrez, Farhat and Boulaya for the right midfield. And up front, Andy Delors and Baghdad Bounedjah. No Slimani. No Sudani, he's injured. No Darfulu, no Naiji. We've only got 2 strikers. It's probably going to be Bounedjah if we take Belmadi's usual selection. But hopefully Delors will get some minutes, because we want to see Delors start some games for Algeria. And he scored 1 goal in a friendly last year. Bounedjah leads the line very well. Slimani hasn't kicked a ball for about 5 years. It seems like he's always changing clubs, Slimani. He never plays. It's ridiculous. Can you believe he didn't move to Manchester United and they got Igalo? Crazy, isn't it? What a different story that could have been. Well, maybe it's a good thing he's not at United the way they're playing. I think Slimani's better than United. Anyway, Bounedjah and Delors completes the 24-man squad. No Slimani, no Sudani. We've got some strikers there. We've got Bounedjah and Delors. They're good. We're happy with that. Slimani will probably come back to the fold when he gets a new club and starts playing football again. But that is the Algerian squad. Do you think those 24 names are going to perform against Nigeria and Mexico? I certainly hope so. The Nigeria game, of course, we beat them with Zafan at right back and with that midfield and with Bounedjah and Mahrez. So maybe if Mahrez gets a free kick, he might score it again. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in that game. Against Mexico, we're going to be really up against it, testing our players against one of the highest ranked FIFA nations in the world. I'm looking forward to the Mexico game. It's not very often we play a team from North America. I remember playing America at the World Cup in South Africa when we played a team from that region. But it's an interesting squad. Again, I think some of the names missing are more interesting. I think Bentaleb tired, the door is shut on them. I think Badawi's having a few problems. Belali and Ben Lamry got to sort their club futures out. Slimani needs to get a club. Atal needs to stay fit. Those are the 24 names that Algeria will use against Nigeria and Mexico. Guys, what do you think of that squad? Let me know down below in the comments what you think of them. What do you think of MEDIOUB and ZERKANE? Are you excited to see two brand new players in the Algerian national team? Finally, I remember being so excited seeing the likes of Feghouli and Brahimi arrive for the first time, and when we saw Mahrez for the first time. Could there be similar situations with MEDIOUB and ZERKANE? That's the squad, guys. As you can see, little to no Algerian league players. They're just simply not good enough domestically. They haven't even been playing domestically. This is the squad we need. We need ZERKANE, MEDIOUB. We need players from Europe. Okay, Awar's gone. We've got to get Gouiri. We've got to get Ait Nouri. We've got to get Yassine Adli. Okay, we've got to get these players on board. Anyway, that's the squad. Let me know what you think of the squad in the comments below. Any names you're surprised about, any names you think should be here that aren't there, any names that you wish to see, and any names that don't deserve to be there. That's the squad. Algeria will be playing their first game against Nigeria on the 9th of October, and then Mexico on the 13th. That's the squad. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.